Yes, that was correct. Is this your first time playing King's Quest 4? Actually, yes. I don't think the title has ever looked so fancy, like it does in this one. All sparkly and clean, golden and red, lots of fanfares. Executive producer Ken Williams, of course. Directed by Roberta Williams, we know from Leisure Suit Larry 3. Composed by Goldstein. Programmers. I think this is the well, not really the first. I guess it could be the first this year again to actually have opening credits. Alright, with the return of his long-lost son Alexander, and the rescue of his daughter Rosella from the terrible dragon, old King Graham decides it's time to pass his adventurous hat to younger blood. I'm just reading fast because I'm not... He flings the battered hat toward his children with his wife, Queen Valenice, and proudly looks on. I'm trying to read them as fast because I have the past experiences with these opening credits. Always the text goes so fast. The hat arches through the air. Suddenly, King Graham experiences a terrible squeezing pain in his chest, and he looks 1,000 years older. "Help me!" he rasps. The adventurer's hat lies unclaimed upon the floor, forgotten. That's where the third game ended, right there. And this really picks up where it left off. Anybody gonna say anything? Just gonna stand there looking at each other. King Graham lies weakly in bed, Father Death hovering near. I've never heard it called Father Death. Reeve suddenly "Oh, Father," she sobs, "you're still young. You have many, many years ahead of you. Oh, I wish I could help you." "You really mean that?" a soft voice asks. Yeah, that wasn't really a soft voice when I just had. Rosella looks up and sees no one. "Who's speaking to me?" The magic mirror. "I am," the voice says. "Look in the magic mirror." Rosella sees an image in the mirror. "Who are you?" she inquires. "Oh, it's a fairy." And I gave it a man voice. Gotta keep up with it. Done talking there, Rosella. You're just asking, who are you? "I am the fairy Genesta. In my land of Tamir there is a remarkable tree. This tiny tree needs 100 years to bear a single fruit. But this is no ordinary fruit, for if a person were to eat it, they would find that good health and well-being would be theirs for many years." Rosella is much heartened by this news. "Where is the land of Tamir?" Ah! The fairy got bigger. Genesta smiles. "Tamir is very far away, but with my magic I can bring you here." Good for you, Genesta. Rosella senses that there is more to the story. "But I suppose there are some problems?" "No, of course there's always problems." Again, Genesta smiles. "Yes, you are correct, Rosella. If you are willing to come to Tamir, I will explain the situation." "Oh, come on, she just got to her family." "However, once I bring you here, I can send you back. You will have to help me first." "Great." Confused, Rosella says, "I don't know. What if I can help you? Or find the tree?" Genesta pleads. "You must decide now, Rosella. My powers are growing weaker by the minute." Or by the second, by the looks of it. If it were minutes, you would still be able to do it. Now the fairy is but a faint glimmer and her voice barely audible. If you kill my father, say yes now. And suddenly she's gone. Yes! She turned into a goat. Or a puff of smoke. You said your powers were weak and yet you can fly. Also, all those fairies from Disney, do you have a copyright for it? The lovely fairy speaks. I am the fairy Genesta. Welcome to Tamir. Nice looking place. Rosella looks awestruck at the fairy. She is stunningly beautiful, but still there is a certain sadness to her. Finally, Rosella speaks. I know you would like me to help you in some way, but I don't know how I could help a fairy. They're like the twins, aren't they? Genesta looks sadder than ever. You're wrong, Rosella. You see, I'm losing my magical powers. Yesterday I was strolling through the woods. Lola, the evil blah blah blah. She yanked it from my neck and raced away screeching with laughter. Immediately I felt my powers diminishing and my body weakening. I will die in 24 hours if my talisman is not returned. And a single sexy tear. And now the text doesn't even scroll fast. Intently, Genesta looks at Rosella. Lolot is very evil and will use the talisman to bring more evil to Tamir. Now I fear it will contaminate my whole country. Further, I cannot send you home without my talisman. Rosella is unsure as to what she can do. Meekly she asks, I want to help you, but how? You can do more than you think, Rosella. I believe you will be able to penetrate Lolot's domain. Genesta assures her. Suddenly Rosella remembers the tiny tree. Can you tell me where to find the magic fruit? Damn, she's got big eyes. Remorsefully, Genesta looks at Rosella. It will not be easy to reach the tree. It grows on a tiny island within a vast swamp on the other side of the great mountains. Bravely fighting back tears, Rosella says, I will help you in any way I can, Genesta. How can I find Lolot? And how can I find my Oscar for that Shakespeare performance? Lolot's castle overlooks Tamir from the great mountains. Beautiful points eastward. There is not much more I can do, Rosella. As it is, it will be difficult for me to fly home again. One thing I must do for you, though. I shall disguise you as a peasant girl, so as not to attract attention. And voila! The Rosella that everybody knows. Thank you, Genesta. I think. It will be better for you. Well, I must be off, while I can still fly. I know you can do it. Goodbye. Good luck. Yeah. See ya never, Genesta, maybe? Bye. Well, you're on your own, Rosella. With the narrator at your side. Or rather behind the scenes. Okay, we're in the game. Let's save right away. At the start. 230 points. Let me pause for a second. It's paused. Good to know. Last time I played Leisure Suit Larry 3. 4,000 points. Now, 230. Me does to think that this game was done before those Leisure Suit Larry games. And also, I did want to mention, I didn't know that in the Magic Mirror there would be a lady fairy, and I gave her a very low voice, a very manly voice. Maybe she's somehow connected to Lumpy Space Princess. Maybe. Anyway, let's go. La-ti-da-ti-da. A river coming from the east spills into the blue ocean before you. A lonely beach edges the ocean. From atop the bluff, a lovely meadow stretches eastward. Well, let's go into the meadow. A cold river carves its way through this lush, flowery meadow. As far as I know, there's nothing really here. I am looking for something. And hopefully we can find it. At least we don't drown in that small little river. Which is good. Nothing here. You're wandering through a thick wood. You hear birds chirping from the many trees. Yeah, I hear a lot of chirping here. Chirp, 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 chirp. I'm a bird, motherfucker. Name some birds from the hoods around these parts. And there's an open door. You see a crude mine shaft in the midst of the forest of pine trees. Yeah, they certainly are pine trees. You can easily tell that. A forest of pine trees encircles you. Not really encircling, because on the foreground that's not a pine, that's more like an oak. Let's just keep going east. You're roaming through a dense forest. Not really, this is more rocky hill here. And with 2 bushes. Come on, where is that thing that we need? Still don't see it, and we're going up a mountain. A mountain range rises to the east from the forest. A narrow path winds steeply up the side of it. Oh, there it is. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Get worm. Our first points. You see a bird flying away. There she blows. Look, worm. It's a worm! Look at that! They really knew how to draw a worm. Fantastic art! Let's just keep staring at it. God, worm. Okay. You never know if it's Earthworm Jim. Just needs a power suit. Although I don't know if we're gonna find a power suit around here. Let's see. I think we're supposed to be in this screen, I think. Where am I? There am I. La-ti-da-ti-da. The beautiful pool with its elegant marble columns has a wonderful setting in these woods. The water looks so cool and inviting. You're almost tempted to jump in. The beautiful pool is lined with tall marble columns. Its crystal clear water looks very inviting. Something tells me that I shouldn't jump in. Or at least don't fall in. Da-ti-da-ti-da. Let's wait for a moment here. It's one of those moments where you just have to wait until it happens. Where did I learn to speak English that well? I've been speaking and reading English since I was 6. So that's how. All thanks to my... All thanks to my first book of English language. It was a Richard Scarry book of English. In English. It was pretty much for kids to learn English, so... compared to regular Finnish rally English. Perfect analogy. Because the Finnish rally English is really awful. And those guys have lived abroad for many years, and they still don't know how to talk English. The English that they talk is the really bad Finnish English. I'll give you an example of what it sounds like when I get some text on the screen. Well, there's nothing happening here. There should be something happening, but it's not happening. Oh, look, it's Pan. You have entered a shady wooded area with birds calling from the many trees. You notice a pool in the distance to the north. You see a lively creature who is, at the same time, both man and goat. He's a satyr, and his name is Pan. He seems to be greatly enjoying his flute music. He always does. Now, let's see. Let's see if this happens now. I wonder what happens if I actually do step into the pool. Well, we'll just fall into the pool. And let's just search the water because I can. The beautiful pool is lined with tall marble columns. And can we swim? Water is too shallow to swim. Where's swimsuit? This game does not understand swimsuit. How about undressing? Not in front of the game players. Oh, This is not Leisure Suit Larry. Well, if it's too shallow to swim, I'm sure it's too shallow to dive into. Fine, I'm gonna get out of here and watch what's here. We have a house. You see a large thatched roof house surrounded by forest, and it looks very formidable. It might be wise to use caution here. Why? It looks like a nice house. Why should I be cautious? I don't give a flying fuck about that house. Good now, the person that we need to see appearing here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Come on, come on, come on. Fine. I'll mosey along. Beep, 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 beep. It's a large meadow. They're surrounded by beautiful wildflowers in this luscious green meadowland. Good for us. Anything? There's something that we need. No? Maybe later. Could be also that they don't appear yet. If I were to ask in Finnish if someone has managed to get healthy, would you use tervehtyä or terveytyä or something else? It's terveytyä. Because if you say tervehtyä, that means that you're basically just saying hello. They're not made up words, they're Finnish words. They're two different words. Trust me. They may look the same, but they're not. They're shady, the birds call it. I was already here. Give me a look at the rock. A large rock dominates the clearing. Oh, good for it. Like shadow forms.